Hi, very nice people. You are listening to the Dan and Kody podcast. This is going to be a huge episode. I really like it, but you're going to have to listen to it legally. iTunes, YouTube. Don't get it twisted, bitch.
This is the Dan and Kody podcast.
A toy boat.
The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
This is the Dan and Kody podcast.
Red leather, yellow leather.
Saddle up, partner.
Sitting when you're
The Lion King is here today. The spirit of Cecil. The spirit of Cecil.
Spirit of Cecil. Well, Dan, I'm gonna get us started here.
Start it.
So I got a beef with life right now.
Beefing with the life.
I got beef with life. I told you about it. I told you about my story that happened this week before we did this whole podcast. But I have wisdom teeth.
You're a wise man.
I'm a wise man. I left them in because I thought that they would add additional brain power to my brain powers.
Big mistake, Kody.
It was a huge mistake.
It was a huge mistake, Kody.
I have a wisdom tooth that is impacted, and it's coming through the top of a gum. I went to an oral surgeon, and he said, you know what? We're going to give you some drugs to reduce the swelling in your mouth. That way, you can do your big project that you're doing next week, and you'll be able to do that, and then you'll come back in December, and guess what happens? We're going to take them out. And I said,
get 'em.
That sounds like a great plan. So he gives me the drugs. I go home, and I take these drugs like I take candy.
Right?
I want this swelling to go down. Next morning I wake up, hitchy hoocha, bam, my face, I puffed up like a pufferfish in the Pacific.
Like a chipmunk.
Oh my God, my
Storing
face was
food.
swollen. I looked very weird. I didn't go into work.
It's always terrible.
It was just it was an accident. I had to go change the medication I was on and on top of that I have orange hair right now.
Could you eat?
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be? What do you mean?
Like, did it affect your eating habits throughout the week?
No, I mean, I kind of like, I'm a man. I'm an individual that looks at pain and I say, oh, you're there. I accept you. I'm going to continue with my life because you're not getting in my way.
And you feel it and you're just like, that's what it is now.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a terrible, terrible wisdom teeth issue like 2 years ago. And it was awful. I waited super long to get them pulled. But I went to this shady dentist in Van Nuys.
Okay.
Van Nuys' best dentistry. And they didn't even put me under. I got put in a headlock. The guy just had the pliers and just ripped them out of my face.
Oh my God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, and because I was like over 30 or whatever, and just because they were in my mouth so long, the roots like anchored into my gums, so it was even harder for him to get them out. And while he was yanking, I have a root canal with a crown on it, and that fell out while he was doing it. So I had to go back, redo all that shit. It was fucking terrible. The dentist sucks.
The dentist is the worst of all of the health people.
It is.
Like you'd say, oh, an oncologist is terrible. But an oncologist didn't give you cancer.
No.
Okay? An oncologist is going to treat your cancer. A dentist drills holes in your teeth.
They bring the pain.
They bring the pain. They pull it out.
Yeah.
It's not something that, a doctor doesn't want to cause pain. They want you to feel better. A dentist wants to cause pain.
Yeah.
Steve Martin in Little House of Shop of Horrors did it best when he was that dentist because that's a real dentist. That's an everyday dentist.
'Cause you're a dentist.
Yeah, a killing puppies with the BB gun. That's what my mama said.
And when I was done,
Oh my God,
that's a great role for him.
it's the best role.
Like I was saying in the other podcast, I do get sexually aroused by female dentists.
You do well
Yeah.
once.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd let her.
She was a chick.
Sounds like she was an attractive woman. I don't get sexually aroused by dentists. I get sexually aroused by women.
Me too.
Cool. See, I always knew we'd find something in common. It just took 16 episodes of the Dan and Kody podcast.
Suicide girls.
Suicide girls.
We just learned what those were, and they're great.
Yeah,
Google them.
suicide girls, it's a lifestyle, apparently. I go get tattoos and dance in burlesque shows, and that immediately means that's my lifestyle.
And you got to get the titty nipples.
Yeah, titty
The
nipples.
star nipples.
Oh, yeah.
Those are great.
Without star nipples, you got
If
nothing.
any females are out there and they're like, what kind of tattoo should I get that's going to be super hot? Consider star nipples.
Star nipples are the way to go, ladies.
At least consider it. It's got to be on the table.
Honey, if you're out there and you wondering what's going to make your man happy, come home with a set of star nipples.
Star nips.
You will not only please him, you'll please yourself because you'll be known throughout the galaxy.
S and N. S and N. Star nippies.
Star nips.
There's a dude out here who contacted us about the podcast before last with Nicole Nelson. Charles Shelley. You can follow him at I am your Chuck. Just want to thank him personally for covering us in the Frostburg website regarding our episode with Nicole. Thanks,
Yes.
Dude.
Yes, thank you.
You're pretty fucking cool.
Thanks for adding a little coverage to our little podcast here in
Our little shop
Van
podcast.
Nuys. Yeah, exactly. Off of Sherman Oaks. We're broadcasting live from a mattress off Sherman Oaks.
From Mattress Monday. Coming at you live.
Coming at you live.
Charles Shelley at I'm your Chuck.
I'm
Follow
your
that
Chuck.
dude.
At I'm your Chuck.
Yes.
Yeah, give him a shout out. Tell him thanks for putting that in there.
You're the man.
I said something. I put my foot in my mouth. Who would have thought it? But maybe I didn't, and I want to get your opinion on it.
What's up?
So there's this girl that came into our offices, and she's super tall. And, and I looked at her, and I said, well, you're pretty tall for a Chinese woman.
Oh boy, racist.
Is that racist?
Absolutely.
How is that racist?
That is so racist.
She looked at me, and she's like, well, I think I'm pretty tall for a woman. And I said, well, you make a good point.
That's what
But
she
for a
said.
Chinese woman is what I'm saying.
That's what she said right back to you?
Yes, that's what she said right back
Oh
to me.
yeah, she
And I-
definitely thinks you're a racist.
And
now.
I said, well, I mean, let's be honest. If I think Chinese woman, I don't think 6'2".
Sure.
So you were pretty tall for a Chinese woman.
But
I didn't let it die. I just kept bringing up the fact that she was a tall Chinese woman.
and do you know specifically that she is Chinese?
Yes, I
That's
do.
the other question.
I do. I know specifically she's Chinese, and she said, and I said, is everybody in your family tall, or where you're from tall? And she's like, well, if you're from northern China, you're likely tall.
Yao Ming?
And I said, wow,
How tall is pretty tall? Like why?
she's 5'10", 6 foot.
And you had to comment on 5'10"? I
Dude.
thought she'd be at least 6.
Well, she was wearing heels, so she was taller than me. She was 6'1", 6'2" today.
So 6'2" to warrant Cody's racism to come out.
It's not racism. It's an observation.
I mean, technically, I would say it's mildly racist.
So we had this model guy come in today that looked like Spock into my work because he's doing this thing for a project I'm working on. And I looked at him, I'm standing there and his shirt's off and my arms are crossed. And I look over at him and I say, well, so you're a pretty fit guy, huh? Because he's like super fit.
why are you saying these things to people?
I don't know. And he looked at me, he's like, yeah, I guess. He's like, I mean, I guess I am. I mean, when my shirt's off. And then he said, and my shirt's off a lot. And I'm like, well, then you're pretty fit. Well, and then we just stood there in this awkward, weird silence.
That is the most awkward exchange I've ever heard.
It was so weird. It was so strange.
I don't think. Yeah, you don't.
I had a rough day
with humans.
with humans in general. Right now, I'm working in an environment that is like cramped, and we have a lot of people in a small space. So I get a little crazy.
Yeah.
When I'm like around this, where I don't have a space to kind of think for myself. So I just start saying weird things to people and I have strange conversations alone.
Just commenting on.
Does that ever happen to you? Like, when do
Yeah.
you get crazy?
I get crazy. I get crazy and angry when I don't eat. And I become insane when I don't. I become insane at work when I don't have the full story. And someone brings me a problem and I just don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
And then that drives me fucking nuts. But sleep, I need sleep and I need food. I'm still a baby.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
So-
when I go crazy.
So your basic needs need to be met, otherwise you go nuts.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
can do okay without any food. I do pretty well going long periods of time without eating.
Dude, it's hard for me.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, you can.
And you get angry.
Yeah.
I don't get very irritable when I don't eat.
Jenny calls it baby shutdown mode.
Baby shutdown.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a real thing. It's like, doo 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 doo. And I'm just like, that's it.
And then she comes over and she feeds you a drop. She has like a little one of those little what are they called?
Dude, she still keeps little
like sucks up liquid and then she gives you little drops like you would like a baby in their ear.
Is that
for an infection?
like a dripper?
Yeah, sure, a dripper.
Yeah,
whatever.
No, she still carries like the little child Ziploc bags full of Cheerios for me in her purse, and then I just
dear God,
I just chew on those.
Dear God,
like, oh my God, he's hungry. She has superhuman strength. She lifts me up in the store, checks my butt if I pooped. Do I need to get wiped? All that stuff.
Oh my God.
I need food, I need sleep, and I need wipies.
Honey, these aren't Honey Nut Cheerios. And then you throw them on the ground.
I want Cheetos.
I want Cheetos, man.
Have you heard about this Starbucks shit?
I mean,
The red cups?
what's happening with the
Oh,
red
great.
cups?
You don't know anything
So
about
I
it?
saw that you posted a picture on the Dan and Kody Facebook that said hashtag Dan and Kody.
Yeah, nothing. You don't know anything about that one?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay, so Starbucks has they do a holiday cup every year. Normally, it's a holiday cup, red cup with some kind of graphic on it, whether it be a snowman or jingle bells, a string of lights.
I mean, we're in that time of year.
Right. It's their holiday season. They normally do that sort of thing.
To match with their pumpkin spice lattes.
Right. And it suggests, I'll give it to the radical Christians, it suggests Christmas on their cups.
But it doesn't say Christmas.
Nothing about Christmas on it. And what they've done this year is they've gone just red cup, solid red cup. And these radical, crazy Christians are seeing this as an attack on Christianity and Christmas. And they're furious. They are pissed. And I don't even want to say his name because I don't want to give him any traffic to his fucking hate-mongering website. But this piece of shit, like, he's their guy. He's
Who?
Like, I can't say it.
I need to know his
Off
name.
the air.
Okay.
Josh Fierstein.
I
Have you
don't
heard of
know
that fucking
no,
guy?
No, is that the guy with the orange hair that does those food channel shows?
He's the guy who's like, hey guys, Josh Fierstein here. I just want to tell you about Christmas and our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and blah, blah, blah. He like talks like a fucking
Radio announcer?
piece of shit radio.
It's like he's got his own
Christian
podcast.
dude. Yeah.
Like he thinks because he has his own podcast, he can say whatever he wants. Like, oh, look, that Chinese woman's tall.
But he says God. Anyone who says God is evil. I mean, I like to think of myself as a Christian and a religious person, but
Really?
being like these people are they're making Christianity synonymous with fucking crazy.
Yeah.
He wants everyone to go into Starbucks, buy a Starbucks coffee, and then Starbucks asks you what your name is and they write it on your cup. He's like, I tricked you, Starbucks. I want you to write I told them my name was Merry Christmas so that they could write that on my cup, and let's spread this around the world and call it hashtag Merry Christmas Starbucks. And it's like, fuck you. I want to reach through the computer and like
So this guy has a
this
real
guy.
following.
Yeah, millions. Oh, millions of
Really?
idiots. Yeah. But so people are doing this, but lo and behold, their protest was to fucking spend money at Starbucks. It's ridiculous.
We're going to get you Starbucks by buying those double choc lattes.
We're buying those cups and we're telling you our name's Merry Christmas. Gotcha.
Wow. If you ask me, I think Starbucks made the wise move.
Yeah. But and the whole there's just nothing on that cup.
But red.
There's nothing on the cup to begin with that was like, God bless you, Merry Christmas, birth of Christ. There was nothing, like there was not three wise men on it before. Nothing. It was just holiday. And I think that's fine. Yeah. It's just very run of the mill.
Time of year.
Yeah. It's
Red, green, silver.
it's not
whatever.
It's not a war on Christianity.
Well,
It's bullshit.
the heavy Christian belief is that it's always a war against them.
Yeah. But I mean,
They're fighting for their right to believe, but nobody's taking that away from them.
but it's just that they always feel like, I mean, they're being wronged But it's like, dude.
Yeah, I think all the crazy factions of all religions all feel like they're being wronged or that they're being persecuted or in one way or another they're being silenced.
Yeah.
You know, and yes,
Like,
I
this is
understand
just
that
the
in the
beginning.
United States over the last probably 30 years, the stepping away from Christianity being the source of everything holy. You know, people, they don't say Merry Christmas at certain stores. They don't celebrate Christmas. They celebrate the holidays.
Right.
You know,
And and if you do celebrate Christmas, it's okay to say Merry Christmas. I don't give a shit. But I'm not offended if someone says Happy Holidays to me. You know, some people hate
people
that.
hate that. Like, why don't you say Merry Christmas?
It's Christmas time.
Why don't you say Happy Hanukkah?
Yeah. It's just holidays. Because, like, I don't want to get in trouble from any of you fuckers. It's Happy Holidays.
Yes.
And, I mean...
You ever had any bad experiences where you've run into something like that?
Oh, my mom hates Happy Holidays.
Really?
She hates it. She's not having it. She will not get on LA Time, and she will not appreciate a Happy Holidays. You got to tell her Merry Christmas. But she's cool. I mean...
Well, what'd she say if I said it?
She's
Happy
like,
Holidays.
She'll do like that snarky tall Chinese chick and be like, Merry Christmas.
Happy Holidays.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Merry Christmas.
Happy Holidays.
I want you guys to meet in a steel cage.
Yeah.
See who wins. But I mean, I don't know. It's just silly to me that people get so upset about that stupid cup. Who gives a shit about that cup? There's bigger problems.
There are bigger problems. I agree with that. You know,
Much bigger problems. Oh, I have a cool question.
dude, let's do it.
If you had to give up one of the senses, excluding what was it, Michael?
Excluding touch, smell.
No, not excluding touch.
Jesus, dude, you just named. We have 5 senses.
No, you had
Excluding these 4, which one would you give up? Well, I guess the only
It's based on hearing, sight, and
touch.
touch.
Yeah.
Smell.
hearing, sight, touch, smell,
Well, I mean, come on. If you're gonna put them on the middle,
Hearing,
you pick
sight,
probably
touch, smell.
or
and taste.
Taste, yeah.
yeah.
So you got to give up one of them, and you can never get it back. I'm not gonna say gun to your head because I got made fun of
Hearing,
last time.
touch.
But he had to give up one.
If I had to give up one,
I'd give up hearing.
no,
No,
man.
like you got to have sight. You have to have sight. And
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
You don't.
Your entire life.
I'm telling you, man. Just like what we talked about several weeks
No,
ago.
that's what he was fucking. That's what Michael was saying.
That
In the
Michael's
truck today.
right. He's right. You could still get around with
Listen,
echolocation.
Do you know how long
Caw-caw!
that? But up until that, like once you they cut your retinas. Let's say they're like snip, you're gone. It's gonna take you several years to develop your echolocation.
So
Fucking
you're telling me
visualities.
of all of those things, you think you wouldn't give up taste?
You gotta have sight. That's what I'm saying. Sight is vital.
Okay, sight's vital.
Because
Hearing, I never want to give up the ability to listen to music or hear the wonderful voice of my girlfriend
right.
or hear your voice, Stan.
But all right, but you can close caption.
I can't close caption.
Sure.
You think I'm going to get the same experience?
But you can still communicate.
You know, I would really struggle not knowing that I could ever hear the ocean hit the rocks again. I'd really struggle knowing that I'd be in the woods and hearing the birds chirp. I'd really struggle hearing a waterfall.
So you're keeping
Oh, dude,
hearing.
I gotta hear.
You gotta hear. Okay.
Yeah,
Smell.
give or take.
You cut and smell.
I could cut smell.
I could cut smell as well.
I could cut smell.
Because there's a lot of bad smells.
Terrible smells.
Really, really terrible.
The only problem with cutting your own smell is knowing, do you smell?
Yeah.
And at that point, it doesn't matter.
But you just shower every day.
Yeah.
Like, because you would know, like, you're not going as a baby and then deciding. You're you, and you know when you would probably smell. So I think you could combat
I'd give up taste. I think over all of them.
That's see, that sucks. I couldn't let go of taste. I love food way too much.
I love food. But you want to know what? It's just it's just a sustenance, right?
Yeah. I mean, you would work like you would look fantastic because then you could just eat
the right
wouldn't
thing
matter.
all the time.
Yeah.
Right? You'd still have sensations though. You'd still feel cold. You'd still feel hot. You just want to be able to taste what it is you're eating.
And you'd crave.
You'd crave.
You would crave the foods that you used to eat.
No, because you could still smell. So I
Yeah.
could still smell bread baking.
Right.
I could still smell, a
But
chocolate chip being cooked in the oven.
One solo chocolate chip.
One giant one.
Just the chocolate chip.
I'd actually, to eat, I'd just bake one of those and then I'd just shove my face full of, some
You just lick-
food replacement substance.
You lick the bottom of the oven.
It's true.
So you're keeping taste now?
No, I'm
You're
of all of
dropping
them.
taste.
If I had to drop any of them, I drop taste,
Okay.
which makes complete sense. And I would say 70 to 80% of the world would agree with me.
That taste is the most
Is the one
expendable.
that you could, yes.
taste. What about you guys? Taste.
Absolutely taste. That's what I said.
Smell.
You drop smell?
But you can still
Yes.
you smell food when it's in your mouth also. So you still
Yeah, smell and taste are
I
very
can
hand
tell
in
you
hand.
the
And that
joy
was
I get out of chocolate though.
okay. So now I understand where me and Michael were because those I think smell and taste are the most expendable. So let's remove them. So out of touch, sight, and hearing, you gotta cut one. What are you thinking? Touch is hard because sex and just like human feeling. I feel I couldn't let that one go.
Because of the sexual nature for you.
That and just I feel like psychologically you would need to feel.
You are naturally just a sex beast. Yeah. That you can't give up the sex stuff because
That's it.
Yeah. So you got to keep touch.
Gotta
so
keep
hearing
touch. Hearing
or sight, because you can always touch breasts,
I would drop hearing,
but you can't always see them.
because I'd want to see and I want to feel, because then you can, and then
It always is going to come down to those two.
yeah,
Hearing and seeing, if we're playing with those. Because nobody's going to want to give up touch. Like, you need touch. You need touch to make you feel safe. Mm-hmm. You need touch to feel emotionally connected sometimes.
mm-hmm. And you need to feel pain as well.
Yeah.
If you fall, break your fucking,
I guess if I had to go between the two, I'd still go sight.
you drop the sight.
I'd drop the sight.
I think that's way
And
too
I have to
vital.
say, I think I dropped the sight because of one man.
Me,
No. No, Al Pacino.
Alpa,
Al Pacino, in Son of a Woman.
Yeah.
In Son of a Woman, he made me believe that as a blind man, I could do anything. He drove a Ferrari in that movie.
Did he?
Yeah.
I have that
And he
movie.
got pulled over by a guy, and the guy's like, "Do you know you're driving?" He's like, "What are you doing there, son? You driving? You in the military?" And he's like, "I served in the Coast Guard." Whoa, can't win them all. And then he ends up basically saying, he's like, "There's nothing better in the world than what is it? Than a night with a beautiful woman." And then the smell of her, or something like that. That's hence the scent of a woman.
The smell of her.
You've never seen that movie?
I haven't. I've had it for years. Never seen it.
This weekend, you're going to sit down with your sweets, okay? You two
My
are going to
sweets?
put on that movie.
We'll bake a chocolate chip.
No, Chris O'Donnell is okay.
Robin's in it?
Yeah. Yes, he is. So is Philip Seymour Hoffman.
What? He did.
He is super dead.
He's so dead.
But it's amazing because at the very end, he has the most amazing overacted speech any acting man who played a blind person has ever done.
Don't spoil it.
I can't spoil it.
Does he get his sight back? And
No,
then he's like,
no.
take the taste.
He actually is a very, very troubled blind man. He's a former colonel in the military. And he explains how he became blind through a series of events. And then at the very end, he basically stands up for Charlie, That's the character's name. Here's Charlie standing here facing the fire, and there's George sitting in Big Daddy's pocket. It's really great. It's really a
Daddy's
story
pocket.
about class. It's a class struggle.
Like school?
Yeah, but like Chris O'Donnell's character is in a school for kids. He's in a private school for really, really wealthy kids, but he's on the scholarship.
What class are they in?
What do you mean?
You said it's a story about class.
No, not class. Like, what? No, like a class struggle, not like I'm in gym and I can't lift a weight.
Like social class.
Like a social class struggle. Exactly.
Got it.
You know, elites versus everybody else.
Shirts versus the blouses.
Yeah, exactly.
Front of the bus versus the back of the bus.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Yeah, galaxy versus everybody else.
Yeah, baby.
But anyway, it was this beautiful story about, social class and how standing up for what's right is what men do to become great leaders.
You need movies like that.
And you need it. And he won an Oscar for that. The only movie he's ever won an Oscar for.
Did he?
Yeah.
He didn't win for Big Boy, Dick Tracy?
No, it was a terrible movie. It was a terrible.
All I remember is him just screaming.
Yeah, he was. He's
Tracy, Tracy, Tracy. All I hear is Tracy.
he's got those big lips.
Yeah. And was he the one who was eating the oysters?
Yes. Ugh, it's gross. Yeah, that movie was.
That bankrupt Disney.
Yeah, I think
DT.
they're really hurting right now.
That hurt him.
What?
Yeah. That movie. Or that movie went bankrupt.
Maybe the movie,
Like-
but Disney's doing really great right now.
Oh, yeah.
Their
Yeah.
stock's soaring.
They are fine now.
Owning Star Wars and Marvel is really helping them.
Life is good over there at Disney.
I can't grow a mustache right now.
Have you noticed my stash?
Yeah, it's kind of there.
It's there.
Yeah, but it's not like
It's 10 days. It's 12 days into Movember.
that's not that bad.
It's not bad.
No, you're 12 days into November. You got 20 more.
Yeah, it's gonna get raunchy.
Really?
Yeah,
Does it get pretty thick?
it'll get like I cheated last year for Movember, and I had a full beard and then I shaved it, so it was super big last year. But I think I might get to that
This year?
level. Yeah,
Okay. Well, that's
and all of y'all, please help donate to the Dan and Kody podcast Movember. All you have to do is go to mobro.co/the Dan and Kody podcast and give me $1.
for show.
Yeah, for shout. Just $1, guys.
Okay. So what are your Thanksgiving plans?
Turkey days. We are going to Jenny's mom's in Yucaipa. It's like 2 hours east.
East of here. Okay.
Yeah.
Yucaipa.
And then we're doing Black fucking Friday, baby.
What are you buying?
I don't know. I think I want FIFA 16.
So you're gonna go for video games?
I think I want FIFA. Yeah, they're cheap then.
Well, do you think they offer like Black Friday on PlayStation? You can just buy it digitally?
Maybe. But that'd be like Cyber Monday. I like the hard copies though.
Okay.
Are you yawning?
Sorry. I'm real struggling right now. I honestly, these last couple weeks have been exhausting.
Kody is so tired.
I'm a weak man.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Going to New York City.
NY?
Yes.
I bet it's beautiful then.
I'm excited. I've never been.
Never ever to New York?
Never in my life. No, I've never. As far north, Baltimore, I think is as far north East Coast I've ever been.
Oh, New York's way better than Baltimore.
Well, I believe
Sorry,
that.
guys.
No offense to those Baltimore
Sorry,
people.
everyone in Baltimore
Yeah, seriously.
who probably listens to
No, I mean, Baltimore is about as far north as I've ever gone.
this. Dude, it's awesome. It's really cool.
I'm looking forward to it.
You gonna see a show?
Maybe. It all depends on whether or not we can get a show. I'm going with Madeline, my sweets,
What's up, sweets?
and her family, her sister and her sister's husband.
Little
and
double dates?
no, and then her dad and her dad's girlfriend are going. So we got the six of us. We're gonna be locked up in a beautiful. I don't really know where we're staying. I guess it's arranged. So
B&B? Airbnb?
Yeah, we did an Airbnb.
Nice.
But we do
in the city?
In the city.
That's so fucking cool,
Yeah,
man.
I'm excited. Well, I'm not sure. You know what we're going to do? It's going to be cold. I'm really excited for the cold
Yeah.
because
it's
I
gonna
miss
be really
it
cold.
so much. I hope so. What else?
You're gonna see.
We're going to do Statue,
Gotta do Liberty,
and then we got to do Ellis Island. Like those are.
Okay.
I told Madeline, I was like,
Those
only
are things I
requirement.
need to see.
Those are the things I need to see. Everything else is just icing on the cake.
I've never done the Statue of Liberty like tour of like going up it, but enough for me was like driving into New York and being like, there it is. Oh shit. It's really cool.
I want to see it.
It's underwhelming, I'll tell you that, but like in your head you're gonna be like, that's it. Like when people come out here and see the Hollywood sign. You know?
Well, there it is.
It's like there it is.
There it is. Well, I'm
Holy
going to turn
shit.
around and get on the boat again I just got off of.
mean-
I'm never that guy that's like, what? This is amazing. Wow, I've never seen anything like this before.
I wonder if the tree will be lit. If they'll light the tree while you're there.
I don't know. What do you mean? There's going to be trees all over the place.
You ever seen Home Alone 2?
Yes, I loved it. It's my favorite Home Alone.
Okay, well, you know where he meets his mom? Where
Yes.
she's like, Kevin, I know where he's gonna be. He goes to the fucking tree.
Yeah, loved it.
He goes to the NY tree.
Okay. Do you
What
think
is
I'm
it?
going to find a friendly homeless woman to help me around the city? Maybe she'll show me the the New York Philharmonic.
Yeah, and then she'll beat up two goons for you.
Exactly, with her shovel.
That movie is also underwhelming at the end. She's like, spoilers, but she defeats two fucking seasoned burglars by
true.
throwing birdseed all over them.
And the fact that he's able to
Kevin, run! Birdseed. Done.
she actually probably in a real world scenario, she would have been murdered.
Yeah,
She would have been shot by those two criminals.
exactly.
Not like, oh, this holy joly, like, it's okay, I'm going to save you, kid. No, in real life, somebody would have pulled a knife, a gun. She would have been dead. And then we would have seen Law and Order play out.
Dun, 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 dun. What do we got? Oh, some dead bird lady attacking criminals with bird seeds. And then the cops are like, what happened here? And like, she's the eyewitness. They'd be like,
Exactly.
get the fuck out of here, homeless chick.
Exactly.
Hey, little boy, what
Change your
happened?
jacket, you stink.
Yeah. You smell like shit.
Well, and the other thing is, he's so smooth that he's able to like throw the concierge of a hotel, a 5-star hotel, off his scent. Oh yeah, my uncle or my dad is taking care of the rooms, and Rob Schneider's just
With the talk boy.
yeah, exactly. And Rob Schneider's just yeah, it's okay.
That's my favorite role of Rob Schneider's ever.
Well, I mean, he really showed his range in that movie.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. I've got some tip left over.
I get some tip left over. Yeah.
No tip? Okay. And it's all the same gags from the old one. He gets them again with the shower.
I do have to say that toy store
Oh, Duncan's.
at that time in my life, Duncan's, amazing.
These turtle doves
Yeah.
you give it to someone you love. Okay, creep.
So I'll take 2 of those turtle doves and I'm going to give it to this
Yeah.
homeless creepy woman that throws birdseed at people.
Yeah, in your mysterious world of amazing toys, I'll take the turtle doves.
If you could get the thing is this kid is originally from Chicago,
Right.
and you're throwing him in New York City, and yes, Chicago is much smaller than New York City,
And he
but-
knows the place.
but
best.
he seems to be a native New Yorker. He seems to play the streets really well.
Yeah, he gets himself a map.
I would like to see where Kevin, where is his name? What was his character's name?
Kevin McAllister.
Kevin McAllister is today. I bet he's an engineer at Lockheed Martin.
I bet he's in prison.
He could be in prison. He was kind of a troublemaker that just wanted to hate on his mom. I always felt bad for, Kathleen O'Hara, whatever the hell her name
Yeah,
is.
Catherine O'Hara.
Because he was a dick.
he was a very big dick.
He
to her.
was a dick. And there's all these brothers and sisters, and he could care less.
He's just an asshole.
He's a complete dick.
He refuses to sleep with his cousin because he pisses the bed.
And to be honest, he doesn't learn a lesson. Anybody that enters his path gets hurt.
This is a dark.
Like anybody, like you remember Buzz?
Oh, yeah.
Buzz got hurt. His
just-
mother gets hurt emotionally every single time because she has to ride in a van with John Candy. Mm-hmm. Like, we got to find my son. My son's across the country. We got to get to him.
And he's from Sheboygan.
He's from, yeah, exactly. Well, that's the first Home Alone. But
And he destroys Buzz's room.
he destroys Buzz's room.
And then he's rewarded by destroying the room because the spider's running around the house, and he finds that and puts it on fucking
exactly.
Daniel Stern.
He actually, he told children to be bad.
Sure.
Because everything works out for you if you're a complete asshole to people that are in charge.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I laid a bunch of micro machines out
On the stairs.
on the steps.
Got you good, Mom.
Yeah. I'm going to make
She's
you guys
like
slip and die.
unconscious, bleeding out of the side of their head.
Yeah.
Happy holidays, Mom.
I have to protect
Merry
this house.
Christmas.
Daniel, stop throwing paint cans off the fucking top railing. You're going to murder somebody. You're going to fucking murder someone. Thanks for listening to the Dan and Kody podcast. Remember to like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube page. We're now on iTunes, and you can bookmark our website, the Dan and Kody podcast.simplecast.fm. Subscribe, bitch!
Everybody play themselves down to shit.
We're gonna build a wall, and it's gonna be around Dan and Kody's podcast. There's gonna be a door, it's gonna be a Trump wall, and it's gonna be huge, legally.